we're live. So, love tubers. I bought some playmates today. Love tubers, because tonight we're going to be talking to members of our mastermind. You may have seen on KAISI's website that I have a mastermind, a money mastermind, and you may have thought about it. You may have said, I wonder what that mastermind is all about. It's a money mastermind, helping people make passive income, adding a subscription box service of passive income to your current business, whatever your business is, whether you're a spiritual practitioner, a magical practitioner, holistic healer, coach, all of that. Well, I bought a smattering of our current mastermind members to share with you what their experience is. So you know what the mastermind is all about. You can make a really powerful decision to join us in the mastermind. Yes, we have a vested interest in you joining us in the mastermind. That is the goal and the intention of this conversation. And of course, if you feel like you don't want to join us in the mastermind, all good, because guess what? Enjoy the fun while we're being here tonight together, okay? All right. So the first person I am going to introduce, I have asked for their bios, and though I know them all pretty well, I asked for their bios anyways. I'm going to go to the person here that I know the longest, and I think that is Reverend Tanya. Reverend Tanya, as a wealthy witch, Reverend Tanya, let's hear it for the witches. Tanya weaves together her expertise in Reiki, retreats, and relaxation to guide individuals in rewriting their narratives, releasing limiting beliefs, and embracing their true potential, creating profound personal growth and restoring harmony in their lives. An author of several books, Tanya just edited and published her first anthology entitled Witch, Witch, yes, Witch Voices, Women in Tune with Conscious Healing, Remember Their Truth and Reclaim Their Power. Come on, which became a #1 Amazon new release and bestseller in 3 categories. Reverend Tanya, how you loving? You can unmute and tell us a little bit about yourself. Let me see if I can unmute you. Let's see. Hmm.
Oh, I found it again. It was right there.
Oh my God. I
I
love you
got
so
so caught up in listening to you that, I lost all my little functions here.
Oh, yes, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much for having me on with all of these amazing masterminds. Mm.
So,
So, could you?
yes, tell
Oh,
us a
go
little.
ahead.
No. You go. Tell us a little bit about you.
Oh, well, I'm a Virginia girl living in a Maryland world. And I have over the years been such a lover of all things holistic and spiritual. And, I've been traveling this path that has said, well, if I'm holistic and spiritual, I don't have to be rich. I don't have to be wealthy. And so that's one of the narratives I've been changing for myself because, I'm super clear that I love being well, WELL, and wealthy, WELLTHY, as well as WEALTHY. I'm a word witch, so I love playing with words. So this mastermind is right on time, right in alignment with what I've been up to shift things for myself. You can't expect me to help others shift their narratives if I'm not willing to do it for myself.
Amen. I love that. I love that. And I love that you brought up that a lot of spiritual people, I found that to be the case. And I had this to overcome within myself as well, that spiritual people have something going on about being wealthy, like uber wealthy, uber rich, that somehow there's something in there gunking it up, many different issues that we've encountered with that. And so working through that is really a beautiful thing. And it gives us freedom. All right, the next one I'm going to go to is Icy, the medium, also known as Queen Marimi. And I don't have Queen Marimi's bio. I don't need it because I know her very well. Queen Marimi has spent many years in the Christian Witches community, being a powerhouse medium in the Christian Witches community. And Icy, the medium, is also known as Queen Marimi. And Queen Marimi is an initiated high priestess in the Temple of Ma'at, Ma'at Temple of Love, Light, and Truth. We call it Temple of Ma'at. Sometimes we call it Ma'at Temple. We call it different things. Icy is an initiate and a high priestess in the Temple of Ma'at. And so, Icy, the medium, could you introduce yourself and tell us a little about you?
Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am Icy the Medium, as my very beloved and much gratitude goes towards my mentor, Reverend Valerie Love. I am also known as Queen Maremi. What I do is I am the leader and founder of Persephone's Veil, which is a virtual mediumship circle. Together we're going through mediumship, metaphysics, and motherhood. All aspects of motherhood, becoming a woman, reclaiming your sexuality, and talking about sexual trauma and abuse. So this is a type of sister circle, but it's geared towards spiritual development, spiritual communication, and we are able to gather, share our stories, share our dream interpretation, and just collectively grow as a group.
Love it, love it, love it. And I asked Icy to speak about that because Persephone's Veil starts tomorrow. You have been working on Persephone's Veil. You have been putting it together. You've been visioning on it. And now Persephone's Veil is being launched into the world. And we are going to hear you talk more about that in this conversation after we introduce a couple of other of our members. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Okay, now let us go next to Cheryl. We're going to go to the teacher. All right. Cheryl gave us a brief dialogue. Retired public school educator, spiritual life coach, facilitator and host, facilitates and hosts sister circles, travel retreats, and excursions for educators. And Cheryl is also a coach and an alum of my alma mater, Intervisions. We went to the same school, Intervisions, with Reverend Dr. Yana Bassett. And so I'm just loving, loving, loving how Cheryl does business and how she works with her people and her clients and her circles. And I just love it. So, Cheryl, you want to say hi to the peeps and tell us a little bit about you?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that introduction, Rev. Hello, hello, love tubers. Yes, I'm Cheryl. I am a retired now educator of 30 years. I have to think about that when I say 30 years, but I loved it. I love teaching young people. I love what I did. And now I'm doing a new thing. I'm teaching adults. I'm teaching those educators who need some guidance and some rejuvenation and relaxation through the retreats. So what I do is combination of personal and spiritual development in the sister circle, bringing women into a space where we can just love on each other. We can practice self care tools and techniques. And currently, when this year began, I shared a story about some of the health issues that I had and how I addressed those issues even while I was in the classroom. So I started a 90-day challenge of
holistic health and wellness. And then I met up with my um, mentor as well, and she shared the business aspect because as a spiritual entrepreneur, I knew the spiritual part, but the business, I needed a little more work and a little more help there. And it has been a wonderful, wonderful experience. So I'm here not only to share where I am growing and learning and evolving in my spiritual practice, but also how to take that and help other spiritual entrepreneurs to blossom with their wealth, because God does want us to have abundant life. So that's all about me right now until we move on. But thank you all. Happy you're here.
And Cheryl was with us at the Egypt retreat. And I tell you, Cheryl kicked all Caint aside in that great pyramid of Egypt because she went all the way to the top. You went all the way to the upper room. That is the upper room, ain't it?
No,
You climb all
that's
the way up in the great pyramid of Giza. That's saying something. That is saying something. You have bragging rights for that forever, just in case you didn't know, right? You know, you have bragging rights for that forever. You know, just anytime someone says anything to you, say, pause. Have you ever climbed to the top chamber in the Great Pyramid of Giza? And when they say, no, you can't talk to me. You can't talk
until
to me.
you've done that. Okay, until you've done that, then come see me, especially at 60 and over. Okay,
Come on,
especially at
come on.
60 and over. So when you are 60 and over and you can climb up the pyramid, then you can say something to me. And
Okay.
I have my mentor here because she was there every step of the way. I prayed all the way up and I prayed down, but she was there every step of the way. She's in her 60s. So the 60s are doing it, y'all. I'm telling you.
Baby, I think 60 is
Those
a new
people
40, right? 60 to do 40. It's
oh
about to
yeah,
be the new 30. I don't know
that's
what these
right.
young chicks is talking about. It's where it's at over. It's 50 plus, 60 plus. That's where it's at. The
That's who I'm
self-awareness you have.
representing.
Oh my goodness. The BS cutter that you have. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go to our next amazing member of the mastermind, and that is Gabrielle Everett. Gabrielle Everett is an award winning New York City real estate broker, consultant, and marketing executive who has been recognized for her success in assisting people with acquiring permanent and vacation homes. She is passionate about helping people secure health and wealth while living the luxury lifestyle of their dreams. Gabrielle, introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. Hi, I am so happy to be here, and thank you, Reverend Val, for hosting this mastermind and imparting so much of your wisdom into us. I am so grateful to be a part of this. As you mentioned, I am from New York City. I'm a city girl, but I really have a country girl heart. I'm into nature and I'm into health and wealth, and I'm on a wellness and fitness journey. Wellness holistically, meaning overall, mentally, spiritually, physically. And so when I was introduced to what we're going to be talking about tonight, it was just a perfect fit. So I am so happy to be here and so eager to share it with everybody I know.
Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Gabrielle. Now we're going to go to Dr. Dani. So I've known Dr. Dani for a few years. And you know, there's something that I was reflecting on each of you today and how I just love knowing you all for the time that I've known you. And I was reflecting on Dr. Dani. The first time we met in person, I think was the What is Beauty event in DC, right? And Dr. Dani came and she's just so poised and she's so professional. And she had on, I think, a suit and she was just looking so beautiful. And certain people, you can just tell they have this presence about them that is very poised, pulled together, professional. That's Reverend Dani. Me, I be running all over the place like that's my energy. And Dr. Dani is very poised. That's the word that really comes to me. And since we last talked years ago, you have become a doctor. So let me read your bio. Dr. Danielle Willis is a beacon of holistic well-being and a trailblazer in the realm of wellness coaching. With a unique blend of expertise in astrology and energetics, Dr. Willis has carved a niche for herself as a distinguished intuitive wellness coach, focusing on the connection between celestial energies, woo, and physical well-being. Her innovative approach of astrosynergetics, trademark, offers a transformative experience to those seeking a natural balance between mind, body, and spirit. I had never heard of astrosynergetics ever before. Dr. Dani, how you love it?
Hey, how you loving? Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me, Reverend Val, KAISI. You know I love you, and you know what? I do have that poised look, but I have it in me too. I could be a little laid back and join you, and being free spirited, without a doubt, without a doubt. But thank you so much for having me here tonight, and so glad, to be here with everyone and being in the Money Mastermind. I, just like you just mentioned, love bringing, I've had my struggles, over time and through my journey of wellness. I really do feel that being wealthy, in a natural sense, similar to what Reverend Tanya explained, is more than just money. It's about, being wealthy and health, mind, spirit, right? Financially, just everything, all around. I think holistically brings you to a place of wellness and well-being. So it's not just about one thing, it's about the collective being and everything that we're made of and whatnot. And across my journey, I found astrology, and knowing and learning and diving into my astrology, I learned how it has helped me understand myself, right? Bringing me down, just understanding, who I am as a person, right? Just really, really diving into how that can help me actually become more well, right? Knowing my sun, my moon, my rising, understanding what that actually means, understanding how that relates to how we can actually carry ourselves on every day, take care of ourselves. A lot of what I've been studying and how I've been healing myself is understanding like gut health and digestion, and understanding how even astrology, understanding how your moon sign, what nurtures you, actually can contribute to how you actually heal your gut. Heal your digestion, heal yourself overall, take care of yourself collectively. Like, there's just so much that we don't know. Sometimes we just allow society, I feel, to just tell us what we should know. And I'm so much into sharing how body wisdom, right? Body intelligence. I call myself the intuitive wellness coach because I am here to share and teach how people can listen to themselves and listen to their body, be their own teacher, be their own leader in healing themselves, right? With a little guidance, a little support along the way, right? We all need a little guidance and support. I'm in the Money Mastermind because I need that guidance and support. You know what I'm saying? You're my mentor. You've been my mentor for so many years. Oh my goodness, right? That has taken me it really does a lot for me. And we'll get into that as we talk about the mastermind, because I have plenty to share. But, I just feel that, just allowing people to understand how they are their own teachers and their own leaders can really, really, really help them more than anything that they can ever imagine. So I'll stop there. But that's it. Me, Dr. Dani. Thank you.
I love that. I love that. So I have one more to introduce you to that's going to be with us in this conversation tonight in the mastermind, and that is Cree Naturals, Organic Herbal Wellness Coach. Now, Cree Naturals, as a two-time published inspirational author, founder, owner, developer, and CEO of the Whole Care Health and Wellness Organic Supplement Care line, and host of the upcoming Whole Care Health in Wealth Manifestation Mastermind Development course. And I also know that she is an amazing loctician. So I'm going to pop myself out and pop her in. So hold for a minute.
Hi. Thank you so much for the introduction. I am really excited to be here. As you know, I am the baby of the family. And when I say I am just so awe-inspired to be a part of this group because this family runs coincide with exactly who I am, what I do, and what I am about. And when it comes to making sure that you are healthy, my own story impacts everything that Organic Care represents. And listening to you women just now, it warms my heart to be a part of this Money Mastermind because when I look at it as whole organic care, being wealthy of the mind, of the body, of the soul, and definitely of the pocket, let's not get that twisted, you know, really brings everything together so that you can feel 100% as divine has created you to be. So I don't feel like we should have to sacrifice any one part of being healthy when it comes to how we were divinely created, because it takes all of these to really create one whole organic being. And that's what I represent, just in my story alone, as I continue to reflect upon my life, I look at these women and I see them as generals, and I'm just striving to be just a small portion of what I am learning from these amazing women, especially you, KAISI. I thank you so much. I have been following you for just a little over a year, and I'm telling you, my life has drastically changed. When I say drastically, y'all gonna see me walking my manifestation soon. That's how drastic it has been. And I am just so grateful because all of the divine inspiration has definitely been flowing through as we put this entire mastermind to work and watch it play out. And all of you that have joined us today get an opportunity to watch that as well. So I am humble. Thank you so much. And for everyone that has joined us, I thank you too, because this is definitely an honor for me. Thank you.
Okay, I just had to do some switching around there. Thank you so much, Cree. So I want y'all to answer this question for the love tubers. And it's just a free flowing conversation. However, y'all want to jump in, I'm going to throw in this question and everybody just jump in and chime in on this conversation, okay? At will. Just go for it, like we do in the mastermind, right? We meet every day, Monday through Friday currently, because we're going for something really big. Yet, I have this question to throw out there to y'all in the mastermind because the love tubers here for me all the time, and I'm going to bring Cree back on so she can talk about it. Y'all can just jam on this. What do we do in the mastermind? Go for it.
Well, I'll jump in. Let me tell you, what we do is we come together, first of all, in sisterhood, because right now there are women, powerful women, coming together with their gifts. We're sharing with each other, we're learning, we are offering one another feedback and accountability, and we are manifesting what our desires are, our gifts are in the world. And we're not doing it alone. We're doing it with strategic, well planned out guidance from a great, great leader. That's what I'm receiving from the mastermind.
Yeah, and I'll just jump in right now because you know what I'm reading, Atomic Habits. Actually, picked up the book, I've had it, and I watched a quick little live, or I went back to a video that Reverend Val KAISI dropped on Facebook, and she started talking about, she was talking about something, but she referenced that book, and I said, oh, I got that right there. Let me pick that back up. So that was something that she dropped in on my spirit, right then and there. And I picked up that book again, and something that I read recently is about how we are, humans are herd animals, right? Herd, Herd. And that just talking about how it's natural for us to need other people, right? To feel belonging, to feel loved, to be with one another, to just have that collective energy, right? Whether that be right in your environment, whether that be good or bad. Of course, for us, this is great, this is good. So just being in this mastermind and being around a lot of women with that same, having a same mindset, same goal, being around a mentor who's really lifting us up and bringing us forward, and having it ignites, it invigorates, right, something in us, something that we all are like yearning for, something that we all want, and that it's good to be together, to lift each other up, to be supportive of one another, to be in the collective energy of one another, that that we can lean on each other and actually bring us forward, or talk and collaborate, and just off of each other's wisdom. And I think that's one of the best things that has happened, being a part of the mastermind. It's just being with a group of just phenomenal women that we all bring our own to it, collectively, and just have this this energy and supportive energy, I should also say, and support for one another, to move forward, and to just keep striving and going for things, in our lives, and being supportive when things may not go, the way that we expect them to go, because things just don't. But you know what, when you have that herd, when you have that collective, when you have that circle, right? You talk about the circle, the sister circle, right? I have a wellness inner circle. When you talk about that circle, and having that safe space, right? Because I feel like it's just a safe space. Like when you're just around a bunch of women who would just make you feel safe, where you can share and just, talk about your goals, where you're striving. And then it's just great. It's just wonderful. I think that's what I'm getting out of out of the mastermind.
I would say ashe to that. And similarly, I have been called to work in collective, and it's a beautiful way of leaning into the synergy, seeing the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And I hear Reverend Val speak to one of my favorite African proverbs. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And another favorite of mine is, when spider webs unite, they can bind up a lion. So when we are all together in that collective energy, then we can do more. We bring each part of ourselves to it. I learn each and every time I'm there. Everyone has their own fount of wisdom, their insights, and even if they're doing something that maybe isn't working, that's a teachable moment too. It's just so rich to be able to be there together to see what works, what doesn't. And one thing I love is how Reverend Val, as our mentor, meets us where we're at, and she really looks at where our skill sets are, where our abilities are, and helps us to build from that place. Because this isn't a cookie cutter situation. It's not one size fits all. So, the zhuzh that I bring may be different from the zhuzh of Coach Cheryl or Dr. Dani or any of the others in the group. And it's just so beautiful to be in that energy where we are seen as powerful where we are, even if there are things that we don't know. And I'll be the first to say, oh, pour into me. I want to know it all. I want to absorb it all. And Reverend Val is always just dripping, as she says, drip, 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 always dripping on us so we get filled up.
Well, I have to definitely say being the baby of this amazing family, and I take that with pride because normally I'm one to say, look, I am nobody's baby. Y'all can, whatever you want to do with that, I'm gonna let you do that. I'm a grown woman. But no, I am a baby of this family, and I take such honor because I feel like when I'm with you all, and especially under the tutelage of Reverend Love, I am celebrated within this community, not tolerated. And it's not an issue for me not to know something because I can come to the table and say, I'm having a little bit of complication with understanding this portion of this. Can somebody break this down for me? And I don't feel like I am alone trying to figure these things out in order to advance in my own company, in my own habitat. I now have a family who is willing to pull me close and say, listen, sis, or listen, Cree, this is how this goes, and you're going to be great in it. Take these steps. And then once you come back to the table, let's discuss how you did, and that right there in itself is not only very inspirational, it's empowering. And you just look at these women and you say, oh God, you love me so much that you gave me a table to sit amongst the generals, to be able to learn all of these collectives, to make me that much more great in what I do. And when I look at that, I look at myself being fed. And once you are fed and you are able to balance that out amongst your own self, then you can go forward and be able to give amongst the community. And that really empowers me because the type of products that I develop, I put my energy into those. And you must have good energy in order for your products to take up the charge in which you are pouring into them so that they are wealthy in health. And you're not just giving out something that is just going to bring in your revenue. This is actually going to make them wealthy within. And that is what you always want to really nurture. So I feel like this collective group right here is my forever home at this point because I'm wealthily celebrated and not just tolerated. And that right there, that blesses me. So that's my truth.
I would like to add that it definitely is the energy of the group that is so powerful for me. Not just the energy, but the fact that we are amongst like-minded people that are willing to not only celebrate us, but to support us and lift us up. Um, I find, amongst family and friends that I've known all my life, I don't get the same kind of support and enthusiasm when I come to them and present something new that I want to start, a new project or something new that I'm doing. There's a lot of skepticism, and I don't get that here. It's like my sisters here, we're all in this together, and we are like all supporting each other and saying, yes, we can do whatever it is we set our minds to do. And part of that accountability is what pushes me to go further. And also, I can see all of the other powerful women around me, and it helps me to look at myself and see what is it that I need to improve on. What is it that I need to put a little bit more effort into to push myself to the next level? And we're all here pulling each other up. And so this is more than just a mastermind. It is like a family to me as well. And I look forward to our meetings, both online and also even more so in person. I've hugged a bunch of y'all's necks and looking forward to hugging even more in the future. But I just want to again thanks Reverend Val, and because she pours so much, so much into us. I don't even know where she gets the energy, but she just keeps it coming.
I just wanted to
I
share what
love
I'm
it.
getting
Oh,
from the
continue,
mastermind.
go on, because I got another question to throw at y'all. Continue,
Okay.
go ahead, Icy.
So not so everyone has already said so much about what we get from the mastermind. Me, I'm getting the same thing: the sisterhood, the love, especially the support. Coming from a very heavy Christian background, not a lot of my family really understands what I do, but I don't run into that issue when I'm with everyone. One of the biggest things that I can say is undeniable is the discipline. Being in this mastermind, that having that discipline, I can no longer put my business in the place of a hobby because they're gonna be on my toes. They're gonna ask me, "What did you do?"
Icy, are you coming? Are you? Yes, here I am. Oh, okay, okay. She said, yes, I am here. Present and accounted for.
Yes, the discipline, the accountability, the you said yes, but are you putting in the work, the effort, the actions to manifest your yes? Are you meeting God where you said you wanted to be? And I get all of that from this mastermind. I'm complete.
Ooh, that is delicious. I could listen to y'all. I tell you, you know what I love? I love being around powerful women. I love being around powerful women. Some people are intimidated by powerful women. I even think some men are intimidated by us, by powerful women. I think weak men are intimidated by powerful women. And I really love that because I read a quote on Facebook that was actually describing me. It said, one of the best compliments you could give a woman is, you look like you could scare weak men. I'm like, hell to the yeah. Because if someone is intimidated by you, that means they don't see you on the same as an equal, which means that if you do get into relationship with them, you're just going to create a codependent, dysfunctional entanglement. It will not be a peer-to-peer, true equal partnership. All right, we're going to go to the next question. This question is about one of the biggest things that I see and that I think could break a lot of people free if they would just do it. And that is investing in yourself. You see so many people that say, I can't afford this or I can't afford that, or they put the kids first, or the hubby first, or the boo first, or the work first, rather than tending very deeply to themselves. So, would y'all speak to not only investing in yourself financially, because there is a financial investment to being in the mastermind? No, it's not $25,000 like my other mastermind, which was an excellent year-long mastermind. This is a mastermind that's much more reasonable and affordable. When I say reasonable, I mean that the pricing is lower, right? The pricing is, I'm going to tell you the pricing. The pricing is only $399 to start at $149 a month. So if you can't afford $2,200 or so for the year to invest in yourself, you got to really ask yourself, what is the story that I'm telling myself? Because one of the biggest things that has catapulted me is hiring coaches and going to school and paying tuition and giving funds to people who can shorten my learning curve, who can speed me there. So, could y'all speak to not only investing in yourself financially, also investing in yourself with regard to your wellness? Because all of us have holistic healing businesses where we tend to deep healing and the wellness, and that does require your own love and investment and attention at a very deep level into yourself so that you can show up as that powerful being who came here to serve humanity, and that you are serving people from the overflow that's in the saucer. I serve everybody from my saucer because I fill up all morning. The mastermind can tell you, if you try to find me before noon, you're probably not going to find me, because what am I doing? I'm filling up. I'm in meditation. I'm in prayer. I'm in my long walks, I'm in nature, I'm staring at a leaf, having a mystical experience, or I'm writing my journal. I start with everyone else at 12 noon. By the time high noon comes, I'm so full and overflowing, I could go all the way till the nighttime, right? So, could you all speak to investing in yourself financially and also investing in yourself for your wellness, your own time and attention as a person who serves and who coaches and who gives so much? Because all of you give a lot. You have teams, you have people that are looking to you for leadership. So I'm going to bring Cree back in and you'll riff on that question.
Sure. Thank you. If you guys don't mind, I would love to start.
Okay.
Um, for me, honestly, I have to say that knowing yourself and understanding your own power within who God created you to be, and understand that He has called us to be healthy, wealthy, and wise is the foundation of being able to manifest whatever it is within the kingdom that you desire. If you do know, and I will refer, because a lot of people a lot of times will misquote a lot of the sayings, that whenever you are manifesting, you have to reach down deep within to understand what it is exactly that you are trying to bring forward. And what I have learned so far within the master classes is that you have to understand that everything belongs to you, that you desire in life. And when I was growing up, they would always say, be careful what you ask for, you just might receive it. And I was like, okay, well, I want this. And all of a sudden I would get it and I'd be like, well, wow, that was cool. I wanted that for so long. Not knowing that once I opened my mouth, it was already manifested. In my mind, it was a desire. And when I brought it out of my mouth, I put it into action and was able, upon expectancy, to manifest just that. And we think a lot of times that we have to put all of this energy into whatever it is that we're doing. Investing in yourself means you're taking time to go in and look upon yourself. And then you're taking your monetary being and saying, listen, I find myself to not only be worth the time, but the energy and the finances in order to manifest whatever this is that I want to come to me. And I always say moving forward with definiteness of purpose, because that right there, when I learned that, it was like, okay, I am going to take this moment and really chime into myself and keep focused on this particular goal. Because when it is all said and done, I've done the steps. And this is a lot of what I've learned over this period of time, Reverend Love and I'm so grateful, because I think that my whole thought pattern has shifted since to a greater expectancy, to be honest with you, because I would always think of the little things that I could get, like, Lord, I sure hope you can help me pay this bill. No, 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 no. Wait a minute. He can. He will. As long as you expect it, he already said, ask and you shall receive. And that is exactly what I'm looking at here. Once we begin to understand the laws of manifestation, which is what we learn in this mastermind class and course, then you understand that everything within the kingdom already belongs to you. And when you can accept that, then you are already wealthy. You are already healthy, and you're already wise. So walk in it. And that's what I'm learning in this mastermind, to already walk in that which is my blessing. And it just gives me such gratitude and makes me humble at the same time, because I'm amongst some of the greats in order to learn how to be who I am divinely. That's what I get.
Ashe, that was beautiful. For me, I know I've been on this journey of undoing the programming, undoing the socialization, um, the the messaging that goes with being a holistic healer and teacher, and learning that, ooh, you know what? I don't have to give until it hurts. In fact, it's just the opposite. In fact, I need to learn how to allow. That has been a lesson for me over the past few years. I've really been intentional about working with allowing energy, because if I am going to give out energy, I need to allow in energy. And in fact, ooh, I need to start with myself. So I love what Reverend Val was talking about with, she just fills herself up and then she can support others. And that's one of the lessons that I had to learn. You give from a place of overflow. And so I am in a continual process of finding ways to fill up my vessel so that I can serve, because I am here to serve, and I do know that, and I serve with joy. I just know that if things get out of balance, out of harmony with that, then nobody is happy. I don't have it to give in any way in which I feel in integrity with myself. And part of being with this mastermind and being with our wellness club and all of that is for me to bring myself back into alignment, to be my word, to put my money where my mouth is. So investing in myself is something that I have started to do. That was not modeled for me at all. That is new behavior for me within the past 2 years. And so I am continually looking for ways in which I can change the narrative. I'm looking at my neuroplasticity. How can I shift the neural pathways so that I'm not continuously going down this rut of lack and limitation? I don't have it. I need to hold on to it, hoard it for some rainy day, and I can't go and invest in this for myself, for my learning, for my edification. And so I know that for me to be able to be my absolute best, I need to pour into me first. And so I can't say I'm perfect at it. I'm going to be very transparent about it, but I am so much better where I am now than where I used to be. And I look forward to, next week and next month, because it's like vertical growth that's happening for me. And, once you start getting a taste, of that self-care and pouring into yourself, and you start seeing the results, you start getting in alignment with what Cree was talking about. It's like all of this is at hand. It is not outside of me. It is within me. And I have the power of co-creation to be able to bring it in alignment with me. Then the sky is the limit. So I'm excited about this opportunity for growth and to be able to share that and help change the programming for my family and other healers who have been taught similarly to me. Now I'll be complete with that.
Hi, everybody. So I wanted to go ahead and share because my story is a bit similar to Reverend Tanya. So I'm married. Been married this is going on year 17. I have 4 children. And one of the last things that I would do was do something for myself. I wouldn't go shopping for myself. I wouldn't buy myself gifts. If anybody had an issue, a problem, a need, a call, I was always there. If something was going on 3,000 miles away, because I'm a military wife, I would fly, I would drive. What do you need? How can I help? When I met Reverend Val, it went from all these years of serving others and training, getting to that point of me physically not being able to do it. Like my body just failed. I couldn't walk. I couldn't cook. I couldn't clean. I couldn't fly. I could not drive. And somehow God got me to a point of alignment and spiritual, I don't even want to say combustion, but I was just learning and training and experiencing. And next thing you know, I went from all of that on the couch to hiking with Reverend Valerie Love. So if you ask me, how did you go from not being able to stand for more than 5 minutes at a time to hiking in Sedona, Arizona with Reverend Valerie Love? It is her teachings. It is being able to say, well, I love doing for others. I love serving. But if I can't pour into myself, heal myself, nurture myself, get myself where I need to be, I can't do nothing for nobody else. And I had to experience that physically. Physically. So being able to invest in myself. And when I say Reverend Valerie Love teaches, so I'm from the mystery school. She spent so much time teaching on resistance and going from training, teaching on the couch to hiking. Of course, the mind and consciousness there's a lot of resistance there. There's a lot that needs to be healed and moved and cleared out. So along the way, I started to look at my finances like, okay, well, I got money for this and I got money for this. What am I going to do? I started making choices for me. I love you, but me. I care for you, but me. Oh, after school programs for the kids? Yes, me. And what I noticed in that, just instantly, I'm an author, I'm leading groups, I'm back to ministering because I stopped. A lot of people don't know, I have a heavy Christian background. So I went from teaching and leading to the church to just, I didn't want nothing to do with none of it. And Reverend Val was like, no, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Keep the Bible, keep the book, keep your teachings. And so I had to come to this point in consciousness of, am I going to fight between being a Christian and being a witch? Or am I going to invest in myself, clear my consciousness, and get to where God is trying to take me? Whether it scares me or not, Reverend Val said, run towards the fear. And baby, I've been running. Okay, that I've been running. I've been investing in myself. I've been owning my truth. And recently I just had a birthday, and I always do a gift for myself. I step into, my tools, my metaphysics, my numerology, my astrology. I look at it and I say, what is this year for me? And it was just more of, you're going to be standing in your truth like never before, regardless of what people feel. And if I have a Cancer moon, that scares the shit out of me. That scares the shit out of me. I would hold back. I would be quiet. Oh, is this laugh appropriate? Is just this joke appropriate? Am I about to piss somebody off? This year is like, no, you've been doing the work. You've been clearing consciousness. Shrinking and hiding is no more. And that's what I've been getting with this mastermind. I'm complete.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I see. Can I just say something, Icy? I got to tell y'all something about Icy and how badass Icy is. We talk about spiritual badassery. I just have to shout out something about Icy. So we were having 2 retreats in Sedona, right? One was the Mystery School, CCW Mystery School, and the other was Vibrational Attunement. Was it Vibrational Attunement that we were doing, an Epic Manifestation?
Epic Manifestations.
It was the Epic Manifestation retreat in Sedona. Do you know? And there were one weekend, and then there was 5 days in between, and there was the other weekend. I just stayed in Sedona the whole time for the next retreat. And now Dr. Denise Bacchus, whom you also know, she is an initiated high priestess in the Temple of Ma'at as well. She lives in Phoenix, so she came to both. Icy, with her badass self, flew home, came to the first one, the Mystery School, flew home, and then flew back for the next weekend retreat back to Sedona again. Now, when I saw Icy register for both of them, I was like, Icy, are you staying? She said, no, I'm going to go home and then I'm going to come back. I said, well, damn, look at this. And Icy ain't thinking about them 4 kids. Them 4 kids going to be there when you get back. That lovely military husband, they can handle it for 3, 4, 5 days while I'm gone. They can handle it. The magic happens when you put yourself first. But we have all been conditioned, maybe not even just as spiritual practitioners, as women, as mothers, as aunties, as caretakers, to put everybody first. I watched my grandmothers give everybody else the fried chicken, and they sat and ate the crumbs after everybody had the biscuits and the fried chicken. This stuff is ancestral, not taking care of yourself. And it was held up like a virtue. Like that's what you're supposed to do if you're a real woman. No, a real woman sees to this first, because me and my excellence can take care of everything else and everyone else. They said on the plane, put your oxygen mask on first. So here Icy was, we were in Sedona and we were hiking. Here we go up the mountain. Because you know, when you come with Reverend Val, we were in, you're going to be moving your body. And I tell you, and you're going to be stretching and doing things that you never thought that you could do. And we're going up the mountain, up the mountain, up the mountain. I'm looking back. I'm like, you okay, Icy? Icy was like, yep, I'm okay. I said, Icy, take it as slow or however you want to go. Take your time, do you. This ain't a race. This is your own spiritual walk. So do you. Icy went right on up and did all the hiking everybody else did. Yes, she did. Went all the way up. Okay. So there is something powerful that happens when you choose you. Okay, y'all go back to the conversation now. Who was next on that?
I'll go next. So, as far as making an investment, for I would say the past 2 years in earnest, I have really been working on self-love and healing. I've been through a lot of emotionally traumatic experiences in the past 10 years. And it kind of hit me all of a sudden in about 2021, like mid pandemic. I was all alone. And I did this course, and I thought it was all about nutrition, but it was a holistic nutrition course. So the leader of the course had us do these spiritual exercises to understand, well, why are you eating that junk food? You know, why are you, why are you doing this, or why aren't you doing this to take care of yourself? And that just brought up all this old stuff that I had no idea was even still there. And so it kind of sent me on a loop and into a depression. And I was like seriously depressed for, I would say, the year and a half up until about the end of 2020, the end of 2022. And that's when I kind of dived back in with Reverend Val, because I had been following her. I kind of first found out about her in around 2016. 2016 was kind of my spiritual awakening, where I started, the veil started to come off, and I started seeing through the cracks and everything. And I followed her for a bit, and she was really into her financial stuff back then, her manifesting, your financial part. And I kind of fell off with that, but then I got back in, at the beginning of, I believe it was 2022, maybe 2022, 2023. And just being in this community has helped me to really start peeling back the layers and really looking at myself and seeing the areas that I need to work on. And a lot of it has been through investing in the courses that she has in her website, and the workshops and the retreats that she offers. So, and that's how I met all of you wonderful ladies, and it's helped me to pulled myself out of depression, by doing all of this. I didn't go to the therapist, and I didn't take any medications or any pharmaceuticals. It's all been through working on myself, and getting the knowledge that I need from a spiritual leader like Reverend Val and all of these other wonderful ladies that I've met, that we are all sharing and imparting our wisdom into each other. And so I would say that this experience is priceless. I want to continue doing this and continue growing, evolving, and expanding. And there's no price that you could put on it. You mean, like, I could never say, oh, it's not worth it or it's too expensive. Like that, those words don't exist for me anymore, because I know that whatever I'm investing in to improve myself, it's just going to come back to me. It's going to come back to me tenfold, hundredfold, 1,000-fold. And, this is all a part of the journey. It's all a part of my journey. And I'm glad you guys are here with me while I'm on it. So with that, I'm going to be complete.
Can I just share something really quick? When I first learned about Bitcoin, it was through Reverend Valerie Love. And at that time, Bitcoin was only, I think it was $200 a share. And my husband had just got this huge military bonus. And I was like, ooh, we should do it. And he was like, nah. And I was like, well, Reverend Val said. And he was like, nah. And then we missed it. If you look at Bitcoin now, it's like $48,000 a share. And she said, and I was just like, that would never happen again.
Yeah, that just goes to show that, we just get in our own way. We just really, really just get in our own way. And sometimes, I mean, thank God, like, thank goodness that we actually, from what I'm hearing, majority of us are finally seeing something where we realize that we have to invest in ourselves, because we can't do this alone. Like, if you're trying to do something alone, you're not really, really gonna get it. When nobody gets to where they've been, like, any successful person has not done anything alone, right? Like, you need to do it. And there's so many things that many of you touched on, the whole mindset, right? The mindset issues, the fear, all of those things that actually stop you from taking that next step or prevent you from doing, like, even just recently, just even coming into mastermind, there's so many like the way I'm showing up, right? Stepping into actually being the person that I envision myself to be, right? But you gotta, you may want these things, you do these vision assignments, you put up the vision boards, you do all these things, and then nothing happens because you're really not necessarily taking the steps or making the moves, right? When we talk about habit change, right? As a coach, right? Coaching is really about habit change and people. If we're not, really, really gaining the habits that the people who have what you envision that you want to have do, then you're just not going to get there. And to get there, you really, really need someone to help you, guide you there. So when it comes to something like that, I know that I can get in my own way. I know when I'm not making, certain moves, like the accountability, just for somebody, just to, to encourage me, who can see the things in you, or the things that but you just don't want, or you just have that, whatever it is inside you that's preventing you from taking that extra step, whether it's fear, your family, your friends, you don't want people to, visibility, being seen, anything, embarrassment, whatever that may be, it's priceless. I think, Gabrielle just spoke about it. It's just priceless. Like, there's no amount of money that you can invest in yourself, and somebody can take you to the, like, unimaginable things that that you can have and that you deserve, right? Because I invest in myself, like, time and time and time, all the time. But if you don't, have that person there to help you step into exactly who you want to be, you just, it's just a hamster wheel, right? So you just want to invest in yourself so that you can get to where you truly want to be, and really, really, just it's just it's one of those things that it there's no words. There's really, really no words for what you can get out of that investment in yourself. You know what I'm saying? As a person, you touched on it already, right? What good are you to anybody else if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't invest in yourself, if you don't do the things for yourself? We all know that, right? For our children, for anybody, we put everybody else ahead of us rather than taking care of ourselves. But we know that when we're at our best, right, having the energy, doing our workouts, eating better, not eating like crap, right? Feeling good, right? You have all that energy to give, to feed, to give into the world, to give into your children, to give into all those things that you really want. It just feels good. And then you can see that what you're investing in is just great. So I don't know. That's what I got right about now.
All righty.
Yes, I'm waiting to hear from Cheryl too. Thank you, Dr. Dani.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hear from Cheryl because Cheryl invests thousands in herself, especially in travel, because travel gives you experiences that just about nothing else can, right? There is the experiences that I have gotten traveling the world to all these multiple countries and cultures and foods and people that I have experienced and continue to experience. There is nothing like it. So you invest in yourself at a very high level for coaching, for retreats, for travel. You're about to leave to go to South Africa. So tell us about that.
Let me just start and thank you everyone for sharing where you are, because I said let me just wait and listen, because in terms of investing in yourself, I think that was something that I came into the world with without really being aware that's what it was. I would tell people that I knew the presence of God in me, but I didn't have words for it, because I was in situations where there was lack and there was nothing, for me to really look to. Like, I didn't have that safety net that some people had, that I can go to people and get something from. Um, yeah, and I'll just say, because my mom was a single mom, so everything I pretty much had to use my mind and create it for myself. That's from the time I started high school. When I got my first job, it was like I needed clothes, I needed personal things, and it was like, okay, I need a job. And then I started there, and from there it was like, God would bring the resources, when we're talking about wealth, into your life. And I used the power of my mind. Now, I didn't have that language at the time. I just knew it was happening. And when there were moments, it was like I didn't have, there was always a mentor or someone bringing it. They could see the essence in me, and they would be willing. Now, fast forward to after I got out of college, went through the church, and I, like you, Queen, was into the church. I invested in studying the Bible. I went to Bible school. I invested in knowing all I needed to know about how God operated. I did that. And so there was always more, until I went to, when I couldn't get enough from the church, then I seeked out, what is this, God? What is it? And that's how I ended up at InterVisions Institute of Spiritual Development. And many people know who runs that institute is Yana Van Zant. When I tell you, I didn't know myself outside of myself until I went there. That investment was a life-changing, life-transforming investment for me, because number one, I'm naturally a giver. I naturally give of my time, my energy, and I will give my last. Like, if somebody wanted something and I felt like they wanted it more than I wanted it, I will go in and give it to them and deny myself. And that was a pattern that I used to do. And I thought that they would do the same thing for me. I was like, oh, well, they would do it for me as well, right? Well, I learned quickly not so. Just because I gave didn't mean that they would do the same in return. And that's a lesson that I began to learn from even the spiritual my spiritual walk, my spiritual journey. As a spiritual entrepreneur, I'm a giver, but I noticed that sometimes I can overgive and people then take advantage of the overgiving because they figure you have the resources, you don't have any children, and I don't. You have the free time. I was married, but that's another story for another day. But I always knew that if I desire something, all I had to do was use the power of my mind. So when I actually left from coaching, I invested in a coach, several of them, but it was just something that wasn't yet fitting what my soul and what God had for me to do. And I happened to watch a YouTube and I ran into Rev Val. I knew that she was from Intervision, but when I heard her story, I was like, oh, okay. So I kind of sent her a message and I took a class from her because I needed that business knowledge. You know, I'm very good with money. I'm a good steward of my money. But it was how do I get out here in the world and make that business thing happen and still stay in alignment with my spirit. And that's one of the main reasons why I started following her. She's very knowledgeable. She has been there and done the things. She has tested the things, right? So I want somebody who's not telling me, oh, I can do this for you. And they've never done it before, but they're telling you they can get you there. And I remember taking a training and someone said, all you have to do is be 2 steps ahead of your client. I'm thinking, how is that going to work? And what happens if your client end up passing you with the knowledge? Like, then where are you? But I've watched her and she's proven herself. Not that she had to, because I came in a little bit skeptical because I've heard so much. And so because we came from the same community, she was practicing and integrating. And even now, she never speaks in a way to come at you as if she's know everything and she knows more than you. She's open to learning from you as well, and she listens well. So when I invested, I went to Egypt. Something was calling me. I had been to Egypt before, but I went there in studying, and she was talking about this trip to Egypt, and it was like something was saying you need to go to Egypt with her. And I mean, I joined the group like they had been advertising for probably 9 months. I joined about 2 weeks before they were getting ready to go. And that was the best life transforming experience because I also do retreats and she does as well. She's doing that which I desire to do in the way that I desire to do it. And when we got there, we did a stretch. That trip was a stretch for me. And for those who don't know what that means, it's going beyond your comfort zone. Like Queen Remy was sharing where she was physically and then going beyond your comfort zone. And so I went there with already some limited beliefs. Like she said, well, who's ready to go to the pyramid? I was like, everybody's like, me. I said, I ain't saying nothing. You know, I was already giving myself an out. And so when we got there, I was saying, well, y'all can go on up. I'll wait for you right here. She was like, no, come on and go with us and all. And I went on up. And I'm glad that she did not push me. She just said, you can do this. Come on up. And once I started, it was no turning back then because the way it was sort of like you had to keep going because you had people behind you now. And therefore, she was like, you can do it. And that's when I started to pray. I was like, there's no turning back. And once I get all the way up there, I thank God for getting me there. And then I knew I had to go back down. So in that time, that particular experience, and I invest a lot in travel, a lot. Just I invest in myself. I invest in my health. I invest in my money. And sometimes the investment doesn't reap the benefit, but either way, it's a lesson. But in this particular situation, I've invested. And the beautiful part is she delivers what she says. In fact, she over delivers. I was like even surprised. I said, wait a minute. I get this and this and learning. Oh my. Let me hurry up before she realizes it. But she already knew because she opens herself up because that's what she loves and that's what she desires. And I think everybody in here, once you see that you can operate in your gifts, you can have fun, and you can manifest wealth, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. And we're a family now. We're not going anywhere, Rev. You stuck with us now. So I am complete.
Oh my goodness. I love y'all. I mean it. I love y'all. So we're going to wrap up. And before we wrap up, I was thinking about Queen Marimi making her way up the mountain in Sedona, and she did it and got the hailstorm. She was the one in the book, which the book is right over there. They created the hailstorm. It's in the book, it's documented. And I think of, Cheryl, Coach Cheryl going up, up, sweating. I mean, we were like sweating wet when we came back down and laughing. We were so happy, right? I think of Connie, who is Harmony's friend, when we were in Athens and we were going up. Why do they make all these holy places way up high? Top of mountains, right? And we're going up to the Temple of Athena in Athens in Greece. And it's hot. It's hot. And I kept telling the group, okay, when you come, you want to have your hat, you want to have water, because I've already been there. I already did it. So I'm a Sherpa, right? It's going to be hot. I'm telling you, the sun is going to be sitting right on you. It's going to be crowded. Bring your water, suntan, sunscreen, whatever you do to keep yourself good when you're hot, okay? We got to walking up that mountain. And when you're in Athens and you look up and you see the Parthenon is sitting way up high on the mountaintop. And you're like, how are we supposed to get all the way up there? There's no elevators. There's no escalators. You're going to walk, beloved. You're going to walk up. And so the group was going up, and the voice will talk to me. And it'll tell me that I already know you can do it. Because the universe would not have put you there if you couldn't do it. So we already know you can do it. And you know you can do it. Yet the mind and the fear and resistance in the mind will tell us that we cannot do something that we're even already doing. Have you ever had your mind tell you you can't do it? Well, I'm doing it right now. What are you talking about? Well, we're going up, and I hear, because there's a lot of people, right? I hear some, I'm not going to make it. I didn't hear that audibly. They were too far away from me. And the voice said, go get them. And everyone's going up. So I went back and I said, you okay? Oh, Rev, it's hot. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to make it. No, you're making it. Yeah, you're making it. We're all going up. Come on. Now you can go as slow as you want. You can even crawl. You can get on the ground and you can crawl. But I'm like Moses. We all going. Oh, no, we going. We going. Because, see, you came here to prove something to yourself. And nobody's not going to get the win on KAISI's watch. You're not going to not get your win on my watch. So if you stay in the game, you're going to play the game. You can't be in the game and sit on the side and watch us do it. No, you get to play the game at your pace, right? But the universe is not going to put you somewhere that you can't do it. That would be a cruel universe. And we don't have that kind of universe, right? We're in the love. So sure enough, they were like, phew, hot. I'm like, yeah, we going. We going. It could take us all day. Do you know every single person made it all the way to the top? And when we got on the top, wow, look at this view. Pictures, smiles, happiness. Then you go back and you tell people, yeah, I went to the Parthenon, but you're really telling yourself, yes, I broke past my own limits. Isn't that what we're doing in the mastermind? We broke past our own limits to do things we didn't even think we could do, right? Come on now. All right, so this is how we're going to end up. We're going to end up by everyone sharing, because I saw someone, one of the love tubers, asked for your IG. So we're going to have the link for everyone, how you can reach out to each one that is in this live stream, because we want you in the mastermind. If you're watching this, we want you in the mastermind with us. So we came to give you this taste of the mastermind and tell you, if you're a holistic healer, a coach, a magical practitioner, a spiritual practitioner, and you're doing it alone, baby, you doing it a harder way. There's an easier way to do it, a more fun way to do it. And so we're going to give everybody a quick 15, 30 seconds to tell our audience the best way to connect with you. And then, of course, whatever platform that is for you. And then, of course, below, we're going to have the links to every single one. So if you want to hop in the mastermind, you hear from Reverend Tanya, you have the link right there to connect with Reverend Tanya, Coach Cheryl. You have the link. If you were peeking your ears up and say, oh, I want to know more about that mediumship circle, then you're going to have Queen Marimbi's link right below. Coach Gabrielle. I'm saying Coach Gabrielle. Wow, I never said that before. Gabrielle. Gabrielle, you coaching people now. Yes, you do. Gabrielle gets it done. Gabrielle is such a barracuda. She gets shit done, okay? And super persistent, and I love that. And Dr. Dani, she'll be linked below. And of course, Cree Naturals will be linked below. So just take 15, 30 seconds, 60 seconds to wrap up and tell people the best way to get a hold of you and why they need to be in the mastermind right now. Go.
Okay, well, of course, I'm going to start off.
Oh.
Okay.
Go ahead, Cree. Go ahead, sweetie.
Y'all know I just love y'all. Y'all know I'll be getting there and I'll be jamming because I know where we're going. So I'll be quick to kick it off, okay? Because the excitement is just there. But you can definitely reach me on either my IG or my Facebook. It is I'm contactable at either Cree Naturals or Organic Care. Organic Care being my company and Cree Naturals being my personal. And I just wanted to share this with you real quick. If you know your worth, then you can determine your value. And that is what really pulls us together in here as we share to be able to know our worth and our value. So definitely connect with me on either of those platforms. And I would love to definitely talk with you and just help you see how you can manifest your wealth as well. And, change your master mindset. It's just exciting for me.
Okay, for me, I am right now embarking on a 90-day holistic wellness challenge, and my link will connect you to how to be a part of that, be a part of the wellness club, the membership. You can do anything for 90 days. Okay, I told you the limitations that I pushed past. Anyone can do anything for 90 days. Commit to do one thing to improve your life. I guarantee when you do that, you will not regret it. Okay, so my link, Soul Sister Circle Wellness Club, is in the chat. I mean, it's in the wherever the links are. But Cheryl Miller, connect with me.
You guys can find me on IG, Facebook. I'm also on LinkedIn at Dr. Danielle Willis, all one word. That's how you can reach me. I'm right now have the Wellness Inner Circle. I have a great Facebook group that you can actually join, but feel free to connect with me. My information should be also in the blurb down the bottom below, wherever it is. But if you really, really want to become a part of this wonderful circle, come and join us. I mean, we'd love to have you. Click the link and connect with me and join the Wellness Inner Circle. I'd love to have you.
And you can find me mainly on Facebook. I'm also on IG a little bit. You can find me as Throat Chakra Shaman. On Facebook, my business is Mind, Body, and Soul Food. You can find me there. And I have a Facebook group which is called Witch, Women in Tune with Conscious Healing. And I also have a witch hive that's happening once a month, a wonderful membership to be a part of. So if you reach out to me on the link below, I can let you know what I'm up to, what might be helpful for you, and how I can help you on your wellness journey.
Okay, so you could reach me. I put my IG below. It's Goddess Gabs Aging Gracefully. And you'll also find my link if you want to join me in my health, wealth, and wellness journey. The link will be down below with everyone else. And I am on a mission to get healthy, wealthy, wise in all areas, mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Hi, I am Icy the Medium. That is my IG tag. You can find me on Facebook as MRS Icy Kendrick. I'm trying to think, what is the other one? And I think it's also Icy the Medium on Twitter. It was the Twitter X, tweets, the new Instagram thing. What I offer is Persephone's Veil. Persephone's Veil is a virtual mediumship circle where we get together and we talk about mediumship, metaphysics, and motherhood. As an added bonus, we will also be talking about Dangerous Pussy, which is weekly conversations to heal sexual trauma and abuse. And what I'm hoping to do with everyone is let everybody know we start tomorrow, February 6th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be diving deep into our birth codes. We will be diving deep into the birth codes of our children and going forth from there. So I didn't have anybody to call when my 5-year-old started to sleepwalk and talk to spirits. Now we got a group. It's called Persephone's Veil. IcyKendrick.com.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Me and Cree have been swapping places. I love it. And so I want to give all of y'all a shout out because you absolutely rocked this live stream. You represented the mastermind and the work that we do in the mastermind, both health and wealth. You just are absolutely splendid, shining examples of what happens when powerful women come together, when healers come together, when coaches and like-minded people come together. We are creating something epic. And we want everyone who's watching this to be a part of it if you feel called. With that, we're going to say good night. I'm going to bring Cree back on so y'all can all say bye.
Good night,
Good
my
night,
love.
Hi, everybody.
Good night,
Thanks for joining.
Good
everyone.
night.
We
Mwah.
love you.
Good
It has
night,
been a
everyone.
blessing being with all of you.